Alright, here we go. This is Marvelous Magpie 85, and I almost messed this up. And we are here to talk about this. This monstrosity. This monstrosity that we've never seen before. I actually made a mistake. I keep commenting that we know that Annie was scared. And we actually didn't. So I'm going to say this right out. But this is a mistake. This is not remotely how it was described in original issues. And you know what? I was able to cite back. And not just that. There's also a third issue that you can look at to give evidence of this. So I'll probably do this or one of the other ones. But this is X-Men Grand Design. Jean Grey and the mess up with this Jean Grey thing. This particular thing. Now, we have this was one of the sources. I'll go back to it. I actually messed up and didn't have it source. But here's when Annie was killed. There's a curve, the blonde curve, in this thing. And she was still alive. See, she was afraid here. She was afraid here. And here's how they discuss it. The idea that Jean embraced Annie's soul self, trying to protect her as the darkness closed in on them. But the life glow faded, Annie was dying, and there was nothing either child could do to prevent it. Finally, the glow disappeared. She died. Annie died frightened in this original thing. Now go over here, and it's the Sinister describing the memory when Madeline thought that this was her memory. And it's like cradling the dying friend, and suddenly found yourself inside her mind, sharing her thoughts as they went out one by one. You remained unwrapped with her, sharing the most intimate of bonds until at last she died. Jean Friend. And we go back to this was the other source. They didn't source the Madeline one, but I got it just because it'd be good. I am really sorry that I messed up on this one. Here, look at this. No, and I can feel her inside. She's dying. She's dying. Look at this panic here. I'm dying. I'm dying. And he's trying to help her. But this guilt, this was a big part of her guilt and sadness that Annie had died this way. And this is one of the biggest things I hate, because I know there was a retcon. There's actually apparently discussion in comments about there being a retcon. And here's the thing. Here is the freaking thing. It's important for her to die the way she did. The stress of Annie dying like that activated her, Jean's powers, and the fear, that need to try and keep Annie with her, was what led to Annie's death being delayed for several seconds, which drew the Phoenix. This causes problems if they don't properly keep with this. And look, I can handle a good retcon. Winter Soldier is one of my favorite retcons. I'm sorry. But this, I hate retcons that come from no reason, that mess up other previous established things. Jean was with John. She never had another friend after Annie until the X-Men. And even then, she has a hard time bonding with people because of this deeply, deeply traumatic event. And some people would say that the idea of Annie dying in the way she did, like with the idea of the soul self just kind of bounding away or giggling and stuff like that would be more dramatic. I disagree. Because if she didn't realize that she was dying, Jean would be too startled and have no reason to stop her for several seconds. But that whole thing, when she's just trying to keep hold as the darkness closes around Annie. Now, and before that, she was so frightened that she was dying. Well, that paints so much more of a picture. That's so much more traumatic an event. This is really something that's needed. And, well, I just really get frustrated with them for that. And so ends part 1 of criticizing X-Men Grand Design. I know this was only 5 minutes, but you know why that is? Well, that's 5 minutes, 6 minutes. You know why this is? Because I have more things to backcheck and tell you it's wrong. I'm just starting off with the ones I know because I need to actually go back and look at the ones that I don't know. So yeah, Annie didn't really die on screen in fights in the soul self thing, but a lot of indicators show that the soul self would not have gone that way. I know it's a more dynamic image, but no. And that was the first thing that frustrated me with X-Men Grand Design. So that's all. If you like my video, please like. Subscribe to me if you'd want more content like this. I'm actually going to try to upload something at least once a week. It might not be every week, but once a week. And, well, might not be every day in a week, but it will be once a week. And ta-ta!